Hello and welcome to today's webinar for our Dynamic CRM for Oil and Gas Sales Manager User Group. My name is Christina Felchlin, Support Manager and Oil and Gas Account Manager at Ledgeview Partners. Like we mentioned in our first Sales Manager User Group, during these webinar meetings we want to highlight any recent product updates, highlight a tip or two, a feature, and then answer your questions about how do I or what is the best way to. You, the users, are driving the content for these groups. By submitting your questions at registration, it allows us to provide the best answer to you and the other attendees. On today's agenda, Michael is going to review the recent product updates we made to the oil and gas product. As you know, we continue to evolve the oil and gas product, and we want to make sure you are getting the most of the new features and reports. Next, we have a great slide about all the different methods you can use to retrieve your CRM data. We are going to then review the list of reports available in your CRM for Oil and Gas org. If you were in the last user group meeting, you will recognize these great slides. Next item will be demoing reports 340, Salesperson Goal versus Actual, and report 350, Salesperson Growth Report. Then we'll move into a short demo of the out-of-the-box report wizard. If you don't see a report you need, you can always try out the report wizard to view your data. We will then end the webinar with user questions, other resources, and upcoming webinars. I have just a couple of housekeeping items to cover quickly. First, today's webinar is being recorded and will be available on demand after the live session. All registered attendees will receive an email this afternoon with an access link. To ensure the best audio quality for all attendees, we will have everyone in listen-only mode. If you have a question, please submit those in the question pane of your GoToWebinar control panel. We will address as many questions as we can at the end. If time does not permit, we will follow up offline. That is our promise to you. Like I mentioned earlier, the best way to submit a question is when registering for the webinars. This will allow us to incorporate them into our presentation. The next slide shows our support team. Please remember to submit all questions and issues to our general support email at crmsupport@ledgeviewpartners.com or by phone at 920-560-6888. Without further ado, I bring back Michael Dodds, Support Consultant with Ledgeview Partners.
Thank you, Christina, for that wonderful introduction. Hope everyone is doing well today. I know we got March Madness coming up, but before that gets started, let's jump into the madness of reports. In February, we had some recent product updates, some really good ones, and I just want to touch on some of those quickly before we move into reports. Report 302 is an excellent opportunity sales stage analysis report. It'll show you the amount of time spent in each opportunity sales stage, but please allow 45 days so these reports can populate with data, as they will be a little bit light with that information currently, as it was just implemented. Report 520 and 520B, it's an accounts or parent accounts with the child accounts rolled up. So it's accounts of you without an active contact. This was really created to make sure that, one, your data is clean, and also you know any accounts that are out there that don't have any active contacts, and to be able to update that data quickly. Report 530 is very similar. 530B, it's the account or parent account with child roll-up. It's a view without an open activity or open opportunity. Again, this is to make sure that your data is clean. If you don't see any open activities or open opportunities for accounts, it also kind of lets you know how your accounts are doing and if they have anything open out there. We made some additions to Dashboard 97, Report 215, which is an account product segment analysis. It allows you to dive a little bit deeper into the accounts and the product segments that they're with. It gives you a lot of information, address and other information for your accounts. And the other addition to Dashboard 97 is Report 340, which is a salesperson goal versus actual. The great thing about Dashboard 97 is when these reports are a little bit more on the long-running side, it allows you to continue to do work in CRM while they run in the background, and then they will send you an email with the report in Excel. There's also been an update to the Opportunity Quick Create form. That update is allowing to add a contact to the opportunity right off the Quick Create form instead of needing to add it at a later time. There is currently an automatic email that's sent out whenever a task is assigned. This feature is automatically turned on when in your org, but we do have the ability to turn that feature off if desired. Now let's just jump into more of the report information. First, I want to start off with the various ways to pull data from CRM. First one, which many of you have talked to me or Josh about, is Advanced Find. And the best time to use that is a one-time data set. So if you're looking to pull between January 1st and February 1st, the set point in time, Advanced Find is a great tool. Now, contrary to that, if you're looking at the last 5 months or the next 5 months, a dynamic data set, or you want to review the data frequently, meaning you want to look at this every month, every week, a view is really your best way to go. With dashboards, you can view these items graphically. You can add up to 6 charts or views right into the dashboard, view the items graphically and quickly. You can also combine like data sets, meaning as a sales manager, if you really want to look at, okay, how am I doing overall on my open opportunities, the pipeline, you can combine a lot of information about your sales reps into one dashboard and look at that right off the bat without needing to go into each different entity. I also do comparison charts. If you want to compare a salesperson to another salesperson, a chart could be created to do that versus their gross profit on open opportunities, their estimated gross profit, things like that. That's a lot of what the dashboard can do for you with comparison charts. Now, combining unrelated items or items that you're really not going to be viewing on a frequent basis, dashboard's probably not the way to go. Now, reports. There's obviously a lot of reports already out there that Steve and his excellent product team have put out there. But there is a feature out of the box that's called a report wizard, and you can create reports using this feature. Some of the great items to use it when it's really going to work well for you is if you want to do data in groupings. If you want to group your volume for open opportunities and understand it by sales rep, you can group that and you can sum that revenue or volume by sales rep and a total for all of your sales reps. So it's a really great feature of the report wizard. You also have charts and data together. You can have a chart that when you click on it, it'll dive into the data in a table, or you can have the chart and then just underneath it you can have the data table. Now, when is a report wizard really not the right thing to use? Highly customized charts or reports, ones that are going outside the logic of CRM, something that's more complex. You really want to look at a custom report. Now, these are items where you want to talk it over with the support team, and we will get you in contact with Steve Rybrock, and he'll have additional questions to add this to the enhancement list or potentially as a project for you. But how do you know if it's going to need to be on an enhancement list? Well, a custom report is some different times where you'll want to use a custom report is when you want to distribute the report, meaning if there is a upcoming company meeting and you want to make the report look appealing, different colors, fonts, etc. If you're comparing two calculated fields, if you're rolling up calculated information for, let's say, revenue and gross profit, and you want to compare those, that would probably be along the custom reports. Filtering, as we've shown before, and you'll see in reports today, you can filter items before you run the report, but after the report is a custom piece. So that would require a custom report. Customized charts, where Report Wizard can just do the basic charts, pie charts, vertical bar charts where you can compare 2 to 3 different items, and that's really about it. And then also custom columns not related to the data. As we've explained in Advanced Find, you can really only go about 2 deep. So if you're trying to pull some information that isn't related to the record you're on, for example, if you're in opportunities and you're looking to look at marketing and there isn't a direct correlation, you're going to need a custom report. And how Report 520 and 530 now pull accounts without an active contact or without an open opportunity, that's related records with no data. That requires a custom report. Now, for a custom report, when you would want to use this is when any of the other data methods are going to work, because these are going to require customization. Advanced Find, View, Dashboard, Reports, Wizard, you can do those all yourself. Custom reports is where you're going to need to utilize the product team here at LedView. So here's some really great information. It was a really popular slides in our last webinar with the user group for oil and gas. What report do I use? I'm going to give you some scenarios in which certain information is desired and the best reports or secondary reports to use. So if you have a best accounts and you want to see it rated by gross profit, volume, or revenue, but you want it ranked, 100 and 100B are the best reports for you. It's an account ranking. Or for 100B, it's that account ranking with parent accounts, child accounts rolled up into it. It's going to give you all that information, but it's going to rank it for you. Report 110 will give you the information you're looking for, but it doesn't do the ranking, so it requires some sorting through exportation to Excel. Deep analysis of all orders. Report 220, we went over this in the last webinar for the user group. It is a fantastic tool. You can really dive into the order history and understand each order and how the gross profit is affected, the gross profit percentage, revenue, cost of the product. It's a really, really great tool. Reports 110, it's an account order history total. Gives you the basic information of the order history, not that deep dive. 120 and 130 are both monthly sales numbers by owner or salesperson. That just depends on how you set up your organization. They really give the same information. Account variance. There's two different ways we show account variance. Report 140 does a rolling 12-month. Report 210 does an account variance between two product segments. Order history comparison. If you want to compare the rolling 12 months, look at Report 150. If you just want to do a year-to-date comparison, Report 160 is your report to go with. Sales numbers by owner. Touched on it briefly before. 120 and 130, it's your monthly sales. And 170 and 180 is overall sales and product segment. Some other reports to utilize there is Report 340 and 350, but those are more goals or growth of your salespeople. New share of wallet. We know how important new accounts are, but new business within an existing account is also very important. We want to make sure we capture that in a report. Report 190 shows it by account for a product segment, and 195 does by a product segment and a product category. Product variance, we give you 3 different ways to dissect that data. 13-month variance, a year-to-date variance, and a rolling 12-month variance. Opportunities, Report 300 is an opportunity pipeline. Basically, you can see what's out there and what's coming down the pipe to close. Your close rate, how are you doing at closing out and winning your opportunities? The sales stage analysis, we touched on that earlier. It's going to be an excellent tool once the data gets in there. Report 303 is an opportunity list with the contact information. One of the main reasons we did this is to verify that the information in the system is correct and you have the correct contact associated to that opportunity. So that's a great tool for data cleanup too. Total share of wallet and new account, critical tools. 320 shows you the total share of wallet potential, so what's out there and what you could win. And Report 330 does a share of wallet and new account goals versus your pipeline. So do I have enough in my pipeline to hit my goal, or do I really need to drum up some more business and get this moving in the right direction? Salesperson growth and goals is Report 340 and 350. We're going to touch on this a little bit later. We're actually going to go through them. Existing business, never want to forget about your current customers. Report 360 is going to show your existing business growth with product category, and 360B shows the same information but without the product category. Accounts without, that's the information we touched on earlier as a new report. Accounts without an active contact, and then a report with accounts without an open activity or opportunity. There's a couple miscellaneous reports out there. Report 400, if you happen to use account expenses, interact that information in CRM, Report 400 can really group that together for you. CRM usage, if you want to see how your reps are utilizing CRM. And also 510 shows how they're utilizing activities. So that is a lot of information I just threw at you in terms of all the various reports out there. So let's take a step back, and we're actually going to go through a couple reports. We're going to run through Report 340, and this is a salesperson goal versus actual. We're going to show results from a specific time period, January 1st, 2014 to 2015. We're going to show all records, meaning, new account, existing account, new share of wallet, all the record types. We're going to limit the departments to 2, in which lubricants and fuel, and then show all the product segments. I'm going to pull over CRM. We'll just wait for this to load really quickly. And as always in 2015 Update 1, the way to navigate is to click the 3-line drop-down, go to Workplace, and Reports. And we are starting with Report 340. So we're going to scroll down to Report 340. This report does not have a pre-filtering section. It's going to have kind of a built-in set of start date, end date, report type, department, and product segment. And we're going to need to fill all of those out. So we're going to do January 1st, 2014, January 1st, 2015 for all report types. And we are just going to look at fuel and lubricant departments, and then all product segments. And then we're going to click View Report. And it's going to take just a second to generate this information because we're looking at a full year. But all of a sudden, it is a pretty quick generating report. And if you look down here, we see all of our sales reps here. And then we also see gross profit and volume. So I'm going to expand this. And you can see it's going to show the goal that was set for these individuals and what they actually achieved. So for Steve Rybrock, we're actually looking at a goal of a little over 125,000. Unfortunately, only hit 100,000. So he has a variance amount of a negative number of 25,000. Thus, his variance percentage is negative 20. Now myself, I'm a newer rep, so I have a goal of 0. But I was actually able to get about $1,400 in actual revenue, or actual gross profit. So I have a variance of 100% because I exceeded my goal. And then it's going to show you all the information for goal versus actual and the variance for all of your sales reps. And it's going to do the same thing for volume. So it's a really great tool for sales managers to show how each sales rep and you as a company is doing towards your goal. The next report we're going to look at is Salesperson Growth Report. So if we want to know how our salesperson are doing against 2 different time periods and how they're growing as a sales rep, this is the report for you. So we're going to compare January 1st, 2014 to June 30th, 2014, and then that same time period in 2015. We're going to show all record types again. So instead of just new share of wallet or new accounts, we're going to look at all of them. And we're going to limit the departments to the clean burn and lubricants. So if we jump back to our report section, we're going to go to Salesperson Growth Report 350. You can do some pre-filtering here on this screen. We're actually going to move past this, and we're going to go and we're going to directly into the embedded filtering. And we're going to do 1/1/2014 to June 30th, 2014, and then the same time period within 2015. Look at all records, and then we're looking at clean burn and lubricants. So then we click View Report. Again, this is viewing 2 different time periods, so it can take a little bit to generate the report. Again, fairly quickly. Our product team here is really great at getting those reports to generate rather quickly. As you can see in this report, it's going to show you the prior period versus the current period. So it's going to show you how he's done in the same span of time between 2 different years. And for Steve Rybrock, he almost doubled his sales output in the same 6-month period from year to year. So his growth amount was 69,000, a growth percentage of 83.5%. And as a company, 79%. As a sales manager, that's a huge tool for you to be able to pull in 5 minutes and be able to analyze this data. And again, it does it for gross profit and volume. So these are really, really key features. Next, we want to look at the report wizard. Again, there are some excellent reports out here that have been put together by Steve and his product team. But there may be some reports that you're not seeing out there. You can then look at the report wizard, which is the out-of-the-box feature, to create some of these. So one we're going to look at today is we're going to analyze the open opportunities that are going to close in the next 60 days. We're going to group this by owner, and then for a marketing purpose, we're going to group by lead source. We're going to sort it by estimated revenue. We're going to sum estimated revenue. Then for our columns, we're going to put in account name, opportunity topic, because those are key information to know, the estimated close date, and then we want to know estimated volume and estimated gross profit. We're going to sum both of those. Then we're going to create a chart by owner with estimated revenue and estimated volume in there as well. I know this sounds like a lot of information to put in, but I will show you how easy it is to create this report. Some reports are more complex, but I'll show you how quickly this can be done. So back in our report section, we're going to click on New, and then we're going to click on Report Wizard. Now there's going to be times where this dialog box is going to pop up. If this happens on a frequent basis, please contact us here at LedgeView Partners. This looks to be a browser setting issue, and with it being a browser setting issue, that's something we can take care of for you. So we're going to start with a new report. So click the radio button and click Next. And then we're going to type in our name. We're looking at estimated close date, next 60 days. And for our primary record type, we're looking at opportunities. We're not looking at any other related record type, so the only thing we need to put in here is primary record type of opportunities. We're going to click Next. And for this, in a report wizard, it's going to come up with some pre-filtering items for you. If it doesn't apply, just click on the down caret and click Delete. So we want to look at open opportunities. So we're going to go to Status equals Open. And then we want to look where the estimated close date is in the next 60 days. So we do next X days where X equals 60. And then we click Next. Then we're going to add two groupings. Our first grouping is going to be by owner. So we're going to do opportunities. So the record type will stay opportunities, and the column is going to be owner. And click OK. And then lead source is a little bit trickier because lead source comes out of the lead section. So we want to look at what's called the originating lead, the lead that originated this opportunity. And then within there, we're going to look at lead source for the column. Then click OK. Now our next column that we want to create is the account name. So we leave it as opportunity, and we go to account. And then the opportunity topic, which is also the opportunity name. Click OK. And then we want to do the estimated close date and estimated revenue. So estimated close date, estimated revenue. We want to make sure we do estimated revenue, not base, because estimated revenue is going to give us the proper information. Now under summary type, because we want to sum this, we're going to change this to sum and click OK. We're going to do the exact same thing for units and estimated units and estimated gross profit. So we're going to go to estimated units, sum, click OK. And then we're going to create another column, and we're going to do estimated gross profit. And we're going to do summary type of sum. Click OK. Now we have all of our columns set. But one last part of our scenario was that we wanted to sort it by estimated revenue. So we click on Configure Sorting, Sort by Estimated Revenue in descending order. What that's going to do is it's going to, each grouping is going to show the revenue from largest to smallest. So now we're going to click Next. And we're going to do a chart with this. So we're going to do chart and table, and we're going to show the table below the chart. So click Next. I'm going to do a vertical bar chart. And you could do this by owner or lead source because both of these are groupings. We're going to stick with owner. And we want to do this by estimated revenue, so we'll leave this one the same. And our secondary value data is going to be units. So now that we have these set, we'll click Next. It's going to give us a report summary. Just click Next. Now this time it's generating and creating the actual report information. It does it pretty quickly. And then click Finish. Now on the same screen, we just click Run Report. So now it's going to pull in all the different information that I had from a from a filtering standpoint, and it's going to pull it into this chart. So it's going to have these charts. It's going to show Brad. He doesn't have any information. ISR training has a lot of units. Myself, I have quite a bit of estimated revenue. And again, for yours, this is test data. For yours, there's going to be a lot more between the different salespeople, but you can see how the chart shows. And then if we want to look at the actual data, we can see, okay, owner Brad, and this is his lead source. Now, for a couple of these, not specified simply means it was created as an opportunity, not from a lead. For myself, for Michael Dodds here, I have not specified. I can see, okay, well, I have this much in gross profit, this much in, in revenue, units. So we have this information here, and then we can also sum it by bid list and by internet marketing. So you can see it as a sales manager from that perspective, and also marketing can see how their different lead sources are doing. And it's going to give me a grand total summary at the bottom for how I did as a sales rep. And at the very end of the report, it's going to show you a grand total for all of your sales reps right here. So that is the report wizard. We're going to go back to our presentation, and we're going to jump into some user questions. Our first user question is, if I create an advanced find view under my CRM login, how do I share this with my team? It's a really simple step, and it's a great question, and we're going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to go back to CRM, and I'm going to click on Advanced Find, which is right next to my name. And it'll just load the Advanced Find. Now we're going to navigate to the entity that has the view you want to share. So we're going to go to Accounts. And we're going to click on Saved Views. And then we have this, Accounts for Steve, Office Industries. We're going to check mark it, and we're going to click Share. And from here, once it loads, because it's going to load up all the information with CRM, so we can choose the new user or team we want to add. So we click Add User or Team. Now, if you have teams set up, you can change this lookup to be teams. But for this time, we're going to change it keep it with users. I'm going to share this with Christina. I'm going to type in her name, check mark, click Select, click Add. Now, in order to share a view, they have to be able to read it. Otherwise, you're not sharing it. I'm going to go ahead and give her the ability to edit the view. I don't want her to delete it. I put a lot of work into that view, so I'm going to keep her from doing that. I don't want her to assign it to anybody, but she can share it with other people. So now that I've set her security privileges on this view, I click Share. Now this won't shoot an email off to her or anything. It's just going to put it in her my personal views under the Accounts section. So you'll want to send her an email letting her know where this is and that you shared it with her. Our next question is there a way to look up a history of any deleted opportunities or leads? Unfortunately, deleted opportunities or leads that can't be looked up unless auditing is turned on. Really, once you delete an item, it's really gone. Auditing allows us as support consultants to do a little bit deeper digging, to determine what happened and if we can bring them back. Once an item is deleted, it's usually gone. Best way, however, to remove a lead but keep it in the system is to disqualify the lead. Or for an opportunity, set it to close as lost. That just means it's in the system, but it's no longer showing in your open section. Again, we highly recommend against deleting records in CRM. It's our best practice is to utilize these other methods. This was a great question we got from a user and quite unique. I received this certificate error. What do I do now? If you have a tablet other than an iPad, you're going to be using your CRM web edition by using the internet feature on your tablet. When you do that, if you get this certificate error, it's usually going to mean that the date and time on your tablet is not set to the current date and time. If you reset that to the current date and time, it will remove that error. The reason for that is it's reaching out to approve the certificate, and if it's seeing that it's in the past or in the future, it's going to send up an error. Again, this is utilizing non-iPad, and it's not using the iPad app. It's using the web version of the oil and gas product. When will we be updated to CRM 2016? Right now, there's no date set at this point. Stay tuned for updates from Steve and his product team regarding this. And I did want to mention that there are very few noticeable changes in the 2016 edition. Unlike in 2015 Update 1, where the navigation all changed, there's going to be less noticeable changes in 2016. Our last question is, how do I create a new scope of work for a quote? I want to start this off by first telling you what a scope of work is. Scope of work is a statement that can be added to the bottom of quotes. It can be a disclaimer. It can be information about taxes, laws, specific to your state. They can be added directly to the quote. So to do this, if you go into a quote in draft status, click on the magnifying glass next to the scope of work, and then click New. It's going to bring up a new scope of work screen. You want to name your scope of work and then identify the departments it's associated to, so lubricants, fuels, etc. Then in the description section, you want to write in what your disclaimer or tax information, what you want that scope of work to be. Then you click Save and Close. Make sure it's added to the quote. Once you activate it and print it for the customer, it's going to be right on there for you.
Thank you, Michael, for all that great information. I know we reviewed the list of reports very quickly today. We will also provide that list of reports to you when we send the link in the recording. In addition to that document, I just want to make you aware of a document Steve Raybrock has created for you guys. It's called Document 090, and it's in the Oil and Gas CRM Reports documentation. This document gives you a list of the reports, a description of why to use them, and then a screenshot of the report. Again, you can find this in your CRM under Workplace and Documents. Another great resource we have available are the CRM for Oil and Gas videos and documentation. These are great resources if you want to learn more about one of the features or want to utilize this content for onboarding new employees. You can, again, find these in your CRM org under Workplace, Videos, and Documents. Some upcoming webinars. Our next General User Group webinar is Friday, March 18th. We encourage all users to attend to learn more about the advanced finds and views. Our next Sales Manager webinar is in 2 months on Friday, May 13th. There we will go over advanced finds, views, and dashboards. We also want to make you aware of other exciting webinars. With our partner Acton, we are going to provide the best practices to turn your website into a lead generating machine. In this webinar, we will teach you everything you need to know about how to use your website to attract potential buyers and hopefully stop missing opportunities to capture their information as you can convert them into potential buyers. This webinar will be held on Wednesday, March 23rd at 11 a.m. Central Time. We also want you to stay productive wherever you go. If you want to work faster, find exciting new ways to communicate, build deeper insights, and share information using your favorite devices. Simply put, you want to have your business tools that work as hard as you do. Join us for a webinar on March 30th and learn about 7 ways to elevate your business with Microsoft Office 365. Certified project experts will take a deep dive into elements of Office 365 such as OneNote, OneDrive, Dell, Sway, and more to show you how to grow efficiently and connect with your customers and do business from anywhere. To register, go to our website at ledgeviewpartners.com, click on News and Events, and scroll down to find the webinars on the right side. On behalf of Michael and I and all of us at LedgeView Partners, we want to thank you for being a part of the user group meeting today. These webinars are designed to help you, our valued customers, with your CRM questions. We hope you find this valuable and can walk away with a new tip or trick to use. Thanks again for attending, and have a great weekend.